Welcome to That's No Class. I'm Brian Bruman.
And I'm Morgan Darian.
Welcome back to the home of class. Thanks for being here with us. People reaching out to us telling us they have friends with Apple Watches that don't work right. Now we all know why.
Wild.
Messed up, man.
It's so wild. What a weird problem to have. And can you return it?
You should.
Yeah, you should.
My opinion, you should.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing major TV news shows just now starting to cover the things we talk about on our news segments. Talking about Google and ChatGPT and Netflix password sharing. Psh, that's no class.
We're breaking news
we
over
broke
here.
it. Doing it first. On the cutting edge. Those stories beneath us now.
That's really funny.
We moved on.
All right.
To new news.
Now here's the news.
All right. This week, we started hearing from some friends and family talking about TikTok.
Okay.
And it's a wild coincidence because, of course, we launched our own TikTok for the show
yes,
this week.
we have 2 videos.
We do. Yay. And the thing people are wondering, with the way they're framing it, is it safe? Is
Right.
TikTok safe? Because there's calls to ban it from the U.S. government, things
Yes,
like this.
and I knew nothing about this, and I know nothing about this, so...
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is kind of an old story at this point, but people are just, this is how it works. So
Right.
I figured I would do an explainer here and
All right.
answer a couple questions.
Fair.
And so I will begin. So when people say safe,
So I will begin, and this is me beginning.
I am now begun. I mean, people say, is it safe?
Uh-huh.
But what we mean is your data safe?
Sure.
Because TikTok is owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance. And
Okay.
in China, the rules are different. The Chinese government has a lot more ability to access private companies' data than would be legal in the U.S.
Okay.
So there are 2 main worries about what that means for TikTok users in the U.S. First is that the Chinese government might be able to influence what people are seeing on
Okay.
TikTok, spread messages and content to influence U.S. users in ways the Chinese government might want,
Okay.
in a way that would be more normal in China, say,
Okay.
or Russia. An example of this kind of thing would be the Russian influence on the 2016 presidential election that took place a lot on social media. It wasn't really like, oh, Russia is good messages and
Right.
posts that people are saying. What it really is more subtle things, like making one candidate look bad or the other, or honestly just like spreading hatred within our country against each other
Sure.
because of your choice in politics. That's how they target you, is I like this, so here's stuff about the other side that
Right.
makes them look horrible, and it's just
Trying
building
to create
people.
a bigger divide.
Exactly, create
Okay.
a bigger divide.
Fair enough.
Which, by the way, is something we are completely against on this show. We believe in compromise and unity here. We don't demonize people because of their political beliefs.
No.
That is no class. We believe people need
Yeah.
to be good to each other regardless of their political beliefs. Side note, just saying, in case anybody wasn't clear on the vibe of the show, that's
Yeah.
the vibe of the show.
Yeah.
But in terms of Chinese influence on American TikTok users, my personal opinion is...
And sorry,
Go ahead.
I'm my brain is stuck back there.
Okay.
And we effing mean that.
Yes.
We don't mean we're one thing and we're just saying we're down with the other. We're down with a lot of ideas,
Yeah.
a lot of different opinions.
We're free thinkers.
I'm sad that there is no moderate view anymore. So
Bro, chill. Everybody chill. Okay?
okay.
Anyway, so in terms of
Right.
Chinese influence, this mug in my hand is really a distraction to me now. I should not have brought the first time a mug is in the studio and I'm like, I can't let go of this damn mug. Okay. But in terms of Chinese influence on American TikTok users, my personal
Yeah.
opinion is that it's kind of a non-point. In my opinion, literally all content online is intended to get you to do something or think something or buy something,
Sure.
including
Yeah.
our social media posts. What we're really trying to do with those posts is to get you to listen to the show.
Yeah.
And by the way,
That's true.
thank you all so much for listening to the show. Thanks for being
Yeah.
here. We love you guys. You guys are really the best. Thank you. But jokes aside, I think the nature of media is to influence you. That's just the name of the game. And
Yeah.
it's just something you need to know going in.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay, but
I'm probably going to get to where you're going, unless
Okay.
you have something.
just the data thing. I think everyone's
Okay, I'm
confused
getting
about
there.
the data
I'm
thing.
getting there.
What is my data?
Okay, here we go. Second worry
What are they taking from me?
is what can the Chinese government do with a ton of data that they
Yeah.
get from users. And so TikTok collects data very similar to the way that Facebook and Instagram collect data. So here's the thing. It's
Okay.
not that different from what is already going on and what everybody's already doing online.
Okay.
They collect, in case you don't know, on these things that you're using, They collect almost everything about you and how you interact online. All the videos you post, everything in those videos, your online browsing, your direct messaging within the app that you might think is private, the other apps that you have on your phone, your contact list, if you let it, your location, extremely specific if you let it. Basically, everything an internet company could want, it gets from you. So does Facebook. So
and they
does
want
Instagram.
this for to be able to advertise to us?
Of course, yes.
Okay, is that their main intent?
That is the main intent of all companies.
Question.
Yes.
Can they get my bank info?
As far as I know, without some sort of higher level specific hack, or these kinds of softwares can be purchased from companies and stuff like that, no. Unless they take this extra step to go after you, which they could, and there's really nothing stopping them. They've gotten busted for spying on journalists, TikTok specifically. They've gotten busted for a couple other things.
Okay.
But every other tech company has. This is not a defense of TikTok. This is just a context.
It's just like how it is now.
This is how it is now. Correct.
Okay.
So it's not unique to TikTok.
Right.
But most people have already resigned themselves to the fact that big tech companies already know everything about you.
Yeah.
And the question,
That
though,
makes sense.
is what China can do with that same data. What would the Chinese government get from knowing everything about every American? Because they already know everything about their own people.
Yeah.
These are the stakes
Interesting.
when you use tech. That's what's going on.
All right.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right.
So I should probably not be a criminal anytime soon.
Probably not a good idea.
They'll know all my things.
I mean, what's the first thing
I
they
feel
do?
like, do they even look at
Yes.
your phone stuff? Okay.
I mean, well,
Then
after.
fair.
I mean, it's after the fact. We've gotten
Right.
used to this idea that they're watching us all the time,
But they're not.
but they're not. They're looking. They can get it all after the fact,
right.
but if you don't, it's harder because there's just so much
Interesting.
stuff. There's just too much
Yeah,
stuff.
that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my news story this week combines two of my favorite things.
Okay.
First, you already know how much I love this app that I found called Mercari.
Yes, I do.
For those who don't know what Mercari is, it's Japan's leading flea market site right on your phone. So cool. You can offer people a bit lower than they're asking for. They can counter back. I found my mom a dope used sewing machine. The best Christmas ornaments are on there. I just offered someone $8 to buy a watch I had my eye on. Highly recommend.
Didn't know you wanted a watch.
I'm becoming a new person. I don't know.
All right, I like it.
Okay, so the second thing for my list of likes, putting curses on people. I mean, I can't really curse people because unfortunately I'm not a witch with magical powers. And honestly, it's good that I'm not because I'm kind of a hothead. Okay, so Sora News 24, site has not been vetted by me, but Sora News claims that you can buy curses on Mercari.
Sick.
And that it's actually pretty popular. So I had to look for myself. And yes, this has trended on Twitter. People are buying mad curses to put on each other. One of the curses, called the Forbidden Curse, is only being sold twice a day for 41 days. That's it.
Why?
The price? Discounted right now for $235, down from $782 or 100,000 yen.
What?
Yeah.
For a curse?
Yeah, buddy.
What's the power of this curse? What's verified on this curse?
Let me tell you this. In answer to that question, the seller has a perfect 5-star rating. Okay, so usually I'd be like, nah, this is insane. I laugh it off. But as Brian also knows, I recently purchased a dream catcher. I've been having super bad dreams every night, and I remembered my mom got me a little one when I was young, so I purchased this beautiful one from an Etsy artist. And friend, I don't want to jinx it, but my dreams have been like night and day better. So what I'm saying is, I wouldn't write these curses off as fake and dumb quite yet. 5-star rating.
I mean, it's hard to argue with 5 stars.
Hard to argue. Yeah, because, not a single person had a complaint that their curse didn't go through.
I mean, it's true.
That
You think there would be at least one
wild.
person being like, didn't work.
Yeah, I put this curse on this dude at work, and he's still living his best life. What the hell, man?
Nothing's changed.
Hate this guy.
I love that you have your own news stories because I would never know about this. This is amazing. This is
it not?
amazing.
It's wild.
This is highlight of the show here. I don't know how we're going to be able to keep on going. I think we might just have to stop.
Is that
All
not
right. So you're going to buy
wild?
one? I hope you don't for $200.
No, I can't afford
What about
that.
a cheap curse? Would you get a cheaper curse? What if it was like $15 curse?
Nah, I shouldn't be allowed to get curses. I'm just like, I would,
Curse everyone?
yeah, like willy-nilly.
Yeah, you would.
I'm a little hot potato over here.
Well, I respect
Whatever.
I respect your control.
Thank you. Try my best.
You're doing good.
Thanks.
Nobody's cursing you, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when we come back, crazy. I found a treasure in the wild.
Ooh.
Dreamcatcher is going to come back around.
Okay.
Thanks so much for being here with us and hanging out. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Friend, you know what I think is really lame for some reason? When people talk about their hikes. Like, I think it's a big LA thing, honestly, but I hear it a lot from people who aren't from here.
Man, literally, if anyone ever tells me like a hike they went on, I'm like, was there nature there? Yep, sounds about right.
Yep.
Was it beautiful?
What else can you tell me?
Oh, it was? It was beautiful? Yeah. I'm there with you, 100%.
Yeah, it's just, there's no way to express that
No,
verbally. And
no.
it's not even worth talking
It's your
about.
own thing.
It's totally your own thing. And it's definitely my own thing. Hiking is something that I really like to do on my own.
That makes sense.
The worst for
Yeah.
me is when I reach the highest point of a trail and there's somebody already there.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'm there in it and then somebody walks up behind me and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I have to leave now. Like my
Yeah,
proposal to you.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect example of that.
That is so funny. Now when I think back about that, I'm like, you poor man.
My plan was to propose to Morgan at the highest point of this mountain peak, like the second highest peak in Southern California, and just an endless stream of people were coming, and it didn't work out that way.
I remember you being like, so-and-so, hey, so-and-so.
Yeah, people screaming at each other and stuff.
That's really funny.
So crazy.
Yeah, understood.
I just want to leave immediately when the other people are there.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's all being stuck in an elevator with a stranger.
Oh, yeah, but you're outside and you're like, I really wanted this to be great.
Yes.
Totally.
But all that antisocial trash talk aside, let me tell you about this super awesome box of hidden treasures. So I was on this new hike, and I always try to go to the highest point for the view, as I just said.
Yeah, you do.
And I kind of end up going off trail to get to the actual highest point. And then in this little hidden patch, there's a pole marking the actual summit. Maybe some of you guys don't know this, but at really high places like peaks or mountain summits, people place boxes or containers on the ground that'll stand up to the elements. And in
Right.
this case, it was a gun ammo box.
Nice.
And inside, there are usually notepads where people can write their thoughts or feelings or messages on them for other hikers to see when they get there. I opened it up. I was like so excited because when you see this thing, you're like, oh my God, like how
what's
is this
gonna be
out in the
inside?
open and
Yeah.
nobody knows about this? It's super cool. It was filled with so much stuff, like
Okay.
notepads and little books of poetry and even
Aw.
some objects. And one of the coolest things that I found was this little dream catcher that somebody had put
Okay.
in there.
Nice.
And I really wanted to take it home.
You can't take home someone else's mountain offering.
Is it wrong to take it home?
I think so.
But aren't these things put there for me and
No.
for people like me? Isn't
No.
it like, hey,
What if it was like to honor someone or to like do their own little thing to help their dreams or something?
well,
I don't
how
know.
am I supposed to know that? It's just an object in a box. And it's a
Maybe-
dream catcher. Don't you
okay.
need to be in someone's home dreaming for it to be doing its job?
I don't know, but maybe you could take it if you offer something in return.
I didn't know I was going to be there. I didn't have anything to offer. All right, fine. Okay, next time
Okay.
I go, I will keep something in my pocket
You have
and
to
I'll
have
put
an
it in there.
offering for the mountain gods.
What do you guys think? Do you think, is this true? Is this the rules? Is this the mountaintop rules?
I mean, I don't know.
There was also a bracelet in there that like I wanted to take, and I'm not a guy who wears bracelets
What?
at all. But I was like, this would be a cool thing. Like I wanted to put
If
the
you
dream
came
picture like
home
right here. I wanted to
with
put it on the
some
wall.
sort of bracelet on, I would have been like, what happened to you up there? You're so crazy.
But actually, the stuff that I really loved the most was reading the messages that people left behind.
Okay.
The hardest part was knowing that I wouldn't have the time to sit there and read them all. As a voracious reader, it kills me to leave things like that unread, but there was so much of it. There was just no way
Okay.
that I could. I mean, books and books and books of it. But they were all so nice and so positive and so friendly and encouraging. Like really the best parts of people. These people that I just trashed on at the beginning of the freaking episode. But like it really made my day. So
That's cool.
what I wanted to do was read some of them here. Just
Okay.
because I wanted to share them with you guys, strangers being nice to you. So the first one was a guy who wrote in a tattered notebook. It was dated November 17th, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need a bigger book. Drinking a St. Bernardus Christmas ale I stole from my roommate.
That he brought on his hike
That
with.
he brought on his hike.
Nice. Okay. Solid hike.
Next one was the hiking Vikings were here and queer. With a little drawing of a person in a Viking helmet.
Awesome.
So shout out to the hiking Vikings. You can actually find them on social media.
Really?
Just saying.
Oh, that's cool.
Look them up.
All right.
Super cool. Shout out. All right.
Nice.
Next, from January 2nd, 2021. Hey, guys. Just a broke college gal here asking for a little help. Heart. And then she puts down her Venmo handle with an underline. So awesome. Like,
Oh my
hey,
God.
everybody, just asking for a little donation for the homie.
No way. I wonder if people sent something.
I hope they did.
That is so funny.
Like, I thought about, I wouldn't spend $200 on a curse, but I might
No.
give $10 to,
Someone,
homegirl
a random
who
hiker.
like, did a shout out on the mountain.
That's really funny.
But then she says, hopefully 2021 is filled with all the things you love. Embrace the suck and make this year intentional. Then she leaves her Instagram handle and she says, if you ever need to talk, I'm always here.
Oh,
Pretty
that's
cool.
nice.
Thought it was really cool. Okay, and the last one
Okay.
was actually from March of 2017. So pretty old.
Dang, yeah, that's wild.
Written like this. Sunrise hike, Calabasas Peak, hashtag chase the sunrise, hashtag morning silence. Life is too short not to wake up with the sky, to feel the morning breeze on your face, and to hear the silence of nature. Wake up with the sky and start the day right. Come outside and play.
Oh, that's cute.
It's cool.
I like that.
That was actually the first one that I saw when I opened the box. Like it was right on
Aw.
top, and I was like, this is a sign or something. When things like that happen, you're like,
You're like, I did the right thing
So
today.
I did. I made the right choice coming out here, and I saw this.
That's
and
very sweet.
It was awesome. So,
I like it.
God, I guess I love my fellow hikers. They're really cool people, I guess. I think I just like them better when they're not around.
Yeah,
You know,
that makes sense.
enjoying them at a distance.
Also, wearing hiking gear in the city should not be permitted. It's not mountains, it's here.
What is
We're ordering like El Pollo Loco. Like, cool it. We're shopping at Ross right now. This trek doesn't require hiking sandals.
This is
Like,
not hiking needed. I mean, I'm guilty of that Ooh, a little bit.
yeah, but you're all dusty, so people can tell you like you came straight from the trail.
Oh, I earned it. It's
Yeah.
just not cool to be
Yeah.
clean in
No.
hiking clothes. All right, cool. Well, I hope that brightened up your day, guys.
That's cool.
Brightened up mine.
I liked it.
All right, when we come back, we've got a lesson in class for people who love to network. We'll be right back. Welcome back. There's something about LA parties. There are always a good handful of networking personalities that forego human interaction and focus on being seen and heard rather than having an actual conversation. And for them, we have a lesson in class.
Man, I could have had class. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
it would never occur to me to look down on someone based on what job they hold. I've worked some real shitters, and even when I hated my job or the management, or heck, the entire team, I still worked hard. I was proud of my performance. When I first moved to LA, people would ask what I do, the hunger in their eyes engaging with me until I said, I'm a waitress. Those 3 words were the best conversation killer I've come up with to date. Their gaze would pop to and fro above my head, searching for someone with a better job. I must not have any good stories. I'm just a waitress. I must not be able to make people laugh or feel comfortable or be able to validate dreams or inspire because I serve up eggs and bacon and sometimes a black hair from Fry Cook Reuben. My spirit would droop. Not because I needed validation or attention, but because it was so damn disappointing to find myself surrounded by thirsty assholes. I actually started out in the industry, or the film industry for my fellow Wisconsinites out in the cheese fields. I first moved to the Valley in 2012 and began working behind the scenes on indie films and commercials. My friends from film school are still hard at it, working on big things now. I just didn't find my bliss in that work. By the way, you want to know how to get people to work with you? By becoming a person that is worthy of friendship. The people who have succeeded have done so because, dun dun dun, they're either 1, a good person, and people genuinely want to be around them. 2, they're super charming and people genuinely want to be around them. Or 3, they're kind of an asshole and they're already famous or have an in. That's it. That's the magic formula. Be a good person, work hard, and care about people. But heck, I don't know everything. Maybe looking above the head of a waitress to find some producer that won't remember your name later is like totally gonna work for you. By the way, newbie, while you search for someone with a better title to network with, that producer that you're eyeballing is already my friend.
That was great.
Thanks.
That was great.
I've been thinking about this for a long time.
I didn't,
Because
I didn't know.
That's been a while ago, but
I didn't know. I mean, of course, I've met these kinds of people.
It's so specific to this area, though.
Yeah.
So it's like hard for me to even tell anyone in any of the other states I've lived in, like
Right.
what this feels like or this is.
Yeah.
It's even down to like, I remember when I first moved here and I would walk into a Starbucks, almost everyone, male, female, doesn't matter, young, old, doesn't matter, looks at whoever comes in the door and looks them up and down. Never in my life has this happened in any other state.
Really?
No other state. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. It's just constant.
It's just wild. Constant judgment.
Judgment. Mhm.
Constant judgment.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a lot of complaints about LA, but that is like, I hate going to parties. And I hate that whole thing.
Yeah. It's probably applicable, wider than here also. Just in
totally.
terms of
Like
career and
business
stuff like
type
that. People
stuff.
are always
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's always
totally.
like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And how
How can
you will be judged
Yeah.
on the field that you are in.
Yeah, even if people aren't looking to better themselves through that relationship, they're still like judging what
Yeah.
you do.
They want
And it's
to
just
validate
like,
themselves
come on.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Who cares?
Who cares? And you're right. There are people that you are friends with who we're friends with who are doing such awesome stuff, and they are genuinely the nicest people.
Yeah.
Like, of course,
You're going to want to keep working with people who
Yes.
are nice.
Yes. Being nice is always the most important thing, everybody.
Nice.
Think about it, everybody. Think about
Think about it. You're always like telling people, guys better think about this.
it. Sorry. All right. Don't think about it. Well, when we
Don't
come
think
back,
about it.
it's our favorite time. Your No Class Picks of the Week. Stay with us. It's time to wind down the show here, bring it to a close the only proper way with our No Class Picks of the Week.
You're just a jealous,
No class.
lazy bum.
No class pick.
Every time we time out that transition right, it's like such a victory.
I know.
Okay. Yes. Hitting buttons. All right. Well, my no class pick is really a question. Was I no class this week?
Oh.
I leave it up to you, and I leave it up to the listeners. Okay. I'm at Trader Joe's buying
Okay.
some grosh. I see a guy I work with standing in line at the check stand when I'm about to leave. My knee-jerk reaction is to go up to this guy
Okay.
and say, hey, man, what's up? We don't know each other well,
Okay.
but I have worked with him for 4 years.
All right.
And, we've worked closely on things many times. We've talked to each other about whatever it is that we're working on. He works in a different department than me, but when we work together, we have spoken. He knows that I work there. All of this. But you know what?
What?
He's never said hi to me. I've said hi to him so many times over the years. I never get anything from this guy.
Oh, my gosh.
He walks right past me. He doesn't look at me like I do not exist.
Okay.
He's an older guy, pretty old,
All right.
honestly. But I know his mind is still sharp.
Yeah.
He's in like an area that's very technical, and he's with it.
Yeah.
So, you know what I did?
What?
I consciously chose not to say hi to this guy. I looked at him, saw that he was there. He didn't notice me, but I was like, nope, I'm not even going to do this because I do this all the time at work, and I'm sure I'm going to get the same response. So I just said, nope, I'm not going to engage with this person.
Like at work, you say hi and he doesn't say it back?
Yeah. He acts like he doesn't hear me.
That's insane.
Which might be true.
What if he's hard of hearing?
I don't think so because I've
Because you would
interacted
talk
with
to him regular.
Yeah. So
That's
am I
rude.
no class for not doing that? Is it wrong?
No, because it's on your own time. Like, you don't want to have to deal with someone who's rejecting you. You already know he's going to reject you. Who wants more rejection in their life?
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, that's my logic.
Yeah, no
That's
thanks.
my logic.
No
I mean,
thanks.
you could say it
Can
was
you imagine if you walked up to him at Trader Joe's and you were like, hey, man, and he just, like, didn't respond?
I'm sure he would just stare at me and be like, who are you? And I'd be like, I work with you every single day. I see you every single day.
Yeah, I can see why
Yeah.
you would want to avoid that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
That's
Thanks for
my
validating
opinion.
me
I
there.
don't know, man.
Guys, listeners, what do you think? Am
my
I
gosh.
crazy? I mean, it would have been a class move if I walked up and said, hey, but I was like, nah, I don't need that today.
No,
I don't need to be
don't
classy today.
think so. That's so funny. What's hilarious about this is my no class pick is us. So
It's
no
definitely
matter
gonna
what,
be no class.
you were no class this week.
So no class twice. Okay, what did we do?
Okay, we live on a floor high up, so when Christmas ends, Brian, with his man arms, launches our tree off our balcony. And I usually wait below, dodging it and praying no cars come when it's midair. And we did it again this year
Yes, we did.
and leaned it next to the dumpster like we always do.
As we do.
Despite last year's run-in with a good citizen. Last year, this woman witnessed our criminal activity, drives by slowly, rolls down her window and says, do the right thing. And just nods with a grimace and drives away. And we looked at each other and we were like, we don't even know what the right thing is.
Yeah, what is the right thing?
I don't know. So we shrugged and put it in our alley spot. And we'll do it next year because shit, man. Where the heck are you supposed to put a dead pine tree?
I think I remember her saying that like she worked for the city. She's like, I work for the city. You're not supposed to do that.
Don't do it.
And we're like,
I'm like, well, there's 15 trees over there already.
yeah, there's a giant pile of trees.
I feel like we're saving
one more.
Saving them. Yeah, what's
that gonna
one
do?
more?
And you know what? A couple weeks later,
Sam?
they're all gone.
Yeah.
So
And we put them all in a nice pile for them.
yeah, we make way more of a mess chucking it off the balcony when the dry pine needles go flying everywhere, all over the building, probably under the people below us.
I wonder about
It's
the
terrible.
people below us. I'm like, oh, sorry.
We never hear anything.
No, we don't.
I
Well,
think we're getting away with it.
shout out to our next door neighbor that will be hearing this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't rat on us, please.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, we're no class. We're certainly no class on that.
Yeah. Oh well. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, consciously. All right, guys, that's our show. Thanks so much for being here and hanging with us, really. We love doing the show, and we love having you guys here. Reach out to us on all the platforms, including TikTok. We're on Twitter at That's No Class, Instagram at That's No Class. Email us at that'snoclass@gmail.com. And as always, we want your no class picks. Call the voicemail 877-7-NO-CLASS. We love hearing from you guys. We'd love to have your stories on the show.
Stay classy.
Stay classy.